Hello and welcome back to Josh Oddie YouTube. Today we're going to be finding out how important is the shaft for your golf club. Do you need a good shaft? Do you need a light shaft? Do you need a heavy shaft? How much difference is this shaft going to really make to the overall result of your golf shot? Well, we're going to do some tests today and I'm going to give you some numbers and some feedback on what shaft might suit you and benefit your golf game. Let's go. Okay, so starting off, test number one. We have got my dad's Titleist driver here. He has got a 40 gram regular shaft in this. Completely wrong for me. I don't know how this is going to come out. He's got the TSR 1 head as well, 10 degrees, so super high for me. On my setup, we've got the Ventus 5X with the Ping G430 LST, so it's a low spin head and it's a 9 degree. So two completely different drivers. We're going to hit a couple of shots with each one and get some immediate feedback on these. And I'm just going to tell you for why this driver suits my dad and why this driver suits me. So let's hit a couple with the Ping to start off with. This is my driver. Okay, pretty poor shot that one. Quite necky. It felt like it was out the bottom of the face, but still got away with one. Okay, ball number two. Lovely. That is the money one right there. Right out the middle of the face. Pretty good carry. Releasing out over to that 300 mark. Perfect. Wouldn't want anything more from a driver than that. Okay, now for my dad's driver. No idea what this is going to be like, but let's find out. Why is this driver not made for me? Let's hit a couple. Wow, so straight away, look at the height difference on that. Sky high, coming down with snow on it. Still went pretty straight, but definitely a lot different to mine. Okay, one more with dad's driver. Wow, super straight this one. Actually a really nice flight on that. Just super high, really spinny. But we're expecting that with dad's driver. Right, let's talk some numbers here. Ball speed, you can see that they were both pretty similar. My dad's club there on the last 3 and 4 shots was at 165. The first one was just a touch lower ball speed. But as we go to the launch angle, you can see that it dramatically increases. Goes up to 14 degrees with that third shot. Which was my first one with my dad's driver. Now, notice the backspin numbers. 3,700 with the first one and 3,900 with the second one. So, you know, way too spinny. We're looking for around about that 2,000 mark with a driver. So, you can see there, as soon as that shaft goes in, the loft of the club's up, you know, the spin rate dramatically increases. So, you know, overall, this equates to a driver that's coming out too high, too spinny, and just not going as far. You can see the difference there of 20 yards, you know, almost, well, 30 yards between shot 2 and 3. So, you know, that is a massive, massive difference when you're out there on the course. You know, you're looking at something like a 7-ironing compared to a 4-iron, which, you know, equating that into a score, you're going to be much better off hitting it 30 yards further. And you know, this is solely down to shaft. So something like this 40 gram shaft, for someone that swings it a touch slower, this might be great for, you know, a mid-handicap that's really struggling to get some height with his driver and wants a bit more out of their driver. For someone like myself that needs a bit more consistency, needs something that's going to tighten that dispersion, and overall, we're looking to get that launch angle at around about 10 degrees, the spin at about 2,000, and that is optimum numbers. As we talk about optimum numbers all the time, it doesn't matter what type of player you are. If you want to hit your driver as far as possible, they're the numbers that you need to be getting. So, you know, very, very important that when you're trying out a new driver or looking at a new shaft, you're looking at launch angle and backspin. That is where you're going to find your optimum numbers. So, you know, straight away, driver shaft made a massive impact. We saw 30 yards increase in mine compared to my dad's club. And let's go to something like a mid-iron and see what happens there. So we're now going to go into a mid-iron test. Now, I just want to address one thing that isn't really spoke about a bunch, but is very, very important when talking about golf clubs, is swing weight. Now, my swing weight is normally around about D1, D2, and I say that normally because a lot of clubs that you buy just off the shelf, the swing weight can be all over the place. You know, and from club to club, you might have a 8-iron in your bag that just feels fantastic. The weight of it feels great. You know, your 4-iron might be 2 or 3 swing weights higher or lower that could just throw you out completely. So very important to note that when you're changing shaft, be aware that it's going to massively affect your swing weight a bunch. So, you know, you need to have a swing weight that's pretty similar throughout your whole set. And if you don't know much about your swing weight at your clubs, I suggest getting them tested out, seeing where they're at, finding a club that you hit well and going off that swing weight. So let's try my dad's 7-iron first this time. I'm looking at around about 180 yards with mine. He's got the Ping G10, pretty retro, and he's got the TFC 129 regular. I don't think that's 129 grams. These feel super light, so be pretty intrigued to see where these go. Let's see what happens with my dad's 7-iron. Okay, good strike, quite high again. And I think that's going to be a really similar pattern with my dad's clubs because they're a bit softer, you know, a bit lighter. I just think the spin rates are going to be a touch too high for me. So let's go one more. Okay, felt like I middled that one a bit better. Still not really getting to my total number, but a fantastic shot, finishing on the line. Okay, we're now at my 7-iron. I have got the Tacoma CB 301. I've got Tour 130X KBS shafts in this. So, you know, this is a completely different feel to my dad's club. But let's have a look at the numbers difference. See there, just a window lower. Pretty similar carry actually, that one. Interesting. Okay, that one was definitely struck better. Just turned it over a touch, but a much better strike. Releasing out, that's about right for me. So, pretty interesting test there on them two. So first off, let's look at the ball speed numbers. Very, very similar. You can just see that that last one there that I hit with my 7 just jumped up by 3 miles an hour there. So, you know, a few yards longer. Launch angle was completely different by 2 degrees. And, you know, backspin numbers, again, look at the average of my dad's up that top end of 7,000s, mine are down the bottom end. So, you know, a much better number for controlling the spin rate and having that under control. So you're looking at around about, normally with your irons, I would go, say if you're a 7-iron, 7,000. If you're hitting 6-iron, 6,000. 8-iron, 8,000. You know, so pretty good numbers with my 7-iron there, a touch too high with my dad's. You can see as well that the carry distance, maybe just a touch further with mine by 3-4 yards, but you know, overall that makes a massive impact to my game, and I would probably see more flyers with my dad's club. You'd probably have that inconsistent number, but definitely more right and left, probably going to be a lot more controlled when you're misstriking them compared to mine. So, you know, if you misstrike mine, you're really going to know about it. My dad's clubs, you're kind of going to get away with it a lot more. So, you know, two completely different irons. The shaft as well, I think that shaft just massively affects that backspin number and also increases that launch. You know, where that spin is up, the launch is going to go up with that. So, you know, another very interesting test, and definitely you can see there is a big difference between shaft to shaft and club to club. So to round up this video, we're going to do a versus challenge. We're going to see who comes out on top. Can the Tacomos knock one in there tight from 205 yards? Or is my dad's Tacoma 101 made up 5-iron that he just stuck a random hybrid shaft in? You know, the world's funkiest golf club ever made, I think. Can it beat my 5-iron? Let's find out. Right, I'm locking in. We're taking this serious. My dad's clubs cannot beat mine. Okay, nice soft 5-iron on the flagstick. And this one is looking pretty good. Go! Wow, I mean, that was a firm bounce, wasn't it? Beautiful shot though, in there to 16 foot. Okay, ball number 2. Very good shot with the first one. See if we can follow that one up. Bit higher, similar flight as well, just a touch to the left. Another great shot in there. 22 foot, getting better. Right, we're going all out, people. Over the water. Nice draw. Oh, wow. Come on then, kick right for me. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. 7 foot, 6 inches. The old man's irons are going to have to do something special to beat that. So there I am on the leaderboard, 7 foot, 5.5 inches. Can we beat it with my dad's irons? I don't think I'm ever going to live this down if these beat my current clubs. Come on. Oh my God, I've just absolutely flagged one. Look how far this one's carried. Sit down. Oh my God. That 101 head just flies a bit further. Okay, we might have to do a bit of shot making here. Maybe go front foot, a little bit higher, take a bit off of it. Oh no, I've tried to fade one in there and started it right. It's wet. It's not looking good for Dad's clubs. Okay, last ball. Can we work some magic? So, I'm going to try and start this one left. Fade it in. Come on. Okay, this one looks good. Flight. Whew, okay. Dad's clubs. Just find the green, 27 foot. That was a fun little challenge to finish that one off. Guys, shaft does massively impact what happens with ball flight, spin rate, launch angle, everything. So make sure you get that part right. The head is probably going to be more forgiving or probably a tighter dispersion. You know, you need to decide which one you want in terms of a club head. The longer the ball is in the air, I would say the more impact the shaft is going to make. So driver, most important. Irons, I would say you can kind of get away with it, but you know, you still need something that's suited for you. So to round that up, shaft is important. Make sure you get something that's right for you. Get them numbers spot on, and then there's no more excuses with the clubs. You know, the clubs are going to be right. You can start then blaming the person on the end of it. If you did enjoy that video, please be sure to smash the like button, press subscribe as it really, really helps me out. And we will see you all for the next one.